Please make sure to do your scanning. So today's chapter is I will go back because the last meeting it was we talk about telecommunication. It is a chapter 7, but it is the topic number 6, and we are going to talk about telecommunication, internet, and wireless. How this infrastructure is very important to do and to establish or to manage system that can help companies to done and to manage their systems. Because without, if you remember that, we already explained. Do you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, Doctor.
It's good. If you remember that time, we said we have 5 components of IT. 5 components. One component is hardware, and so we took that in one chapter, IT infrastructure. Number two is, number one is computer hardware. Number two, software. Number three is a database. Database we took in one chapter. So now the component of IT, number one and two, we took in one chapter. The third component of IT, we took it in last chapter, which is fundamental, or we call that the managing data resources or database. Today is a number 5, talking about telecommunication, networking and telecommunication. These are 4 components. Number 5 is the service. We will highlight the service. The service means how they do maintaining the IT, all the IT components, all the above 4 components. So make sure that when you do something, you have to, or to study, you have to integrate to understand that all these are related. Same like what we said that why companies would like to invest with IT, because that companies would like to achieve 6 objectives. Do you still remember that 6 objectives? The 6 objectives. Number one, achieve competitive advantage. Achieve or obtain of a operation excellency. Introduce new product, new service, or new business model. And number three, to increase customer and supplier intimacy. Number four, to improve decision making. Number five, to achieve competitive advantage. Number six is to survive. These are the 6 main objectives of why companies would like to achieve or would like to invest in IT. These are the main 6 drivers and or objectives to achieve that, or that companies would seeking to achieve behind investing with technology or with IT. We already took one by one. Tick, tick, tick. Today is a part of IT components. Yes, we have to understand telecommunication, because telecommunication can help to communicate. The network that can help us to communicate right now, right? If we don't have internet, we cannot communicate right now. So internet and connectivity is very important. Okay, let me check again your attendance. Okay, still 7 students, they don't do scanning for the attendance. I would like to just to, okay, later. The 7 students, later they are, yes, later you are going to scan that. So let me now share with you the slides. So as we say, the components of IT, hardware, software, database, and network. Today we are going to talk about the network. chapter. So we are going to understand that carefully. Okay, just like to share with you. Okay. Now, this chapter we already go through until the mid of that chapter. So no problem. Now I am going to refresh that. What is this chapter about? Is about telecommunication, internet, and wireless technology. It's very important that we have connectivity. It is very important. Internet is very important. Nobody can stay without internet. Wireless is the most common now. All devices connected to internet using wireless. So the objectives, or what we can say, what we are going to understand is the principal components of telecommunication, what are different type of network. We last time we explained the small and the big and small networks, the simple or the large network, and the internet, uh, intranet, extranet, and the standards of wireless also, and that wireless become more usable because it supports communication. Because in US, for example, United States, it is a big country. For a big countries, they cannot establish wires or internet infrastructure. So they are using wireless or broadband to connect to internet. Because to set infrastructure in the ground, for example, like Malaysia, you have infrastructure everywhere because it is a big country, but comparing to the US, not big country, government can establish, for example, the TM you can find everywhere. In US, it is a huge place. They cannot connect to internet. They use the much better. They use broadband. So wireless is one of the things are common. So what is the networking and communication trends? What does it mean? Means there's a new trend. There is a new way of communication, new technology, new trends, and how now uh, become more digitalized. Digitalized. So the convergence happened in technology that telephone networks and computers networks converting into single digital network by using internet standards. Broadband, for example, in US, it took the majority by the users because it is a why. Why we see that? Because as we mentioned, United States, it's for example, why we give example United States because the loading and unloading is American. I think the book that we are studying is American. That's why we use his example. They use a broadband to connect. Why broadband wireless? It also can use to keep voice, data communications easily. And now it took place over the broadband wireless platform. So, uh, what we would like to mention here is that the way of communication is improved. Now we have 5G. You imagine that we start already talk about 6G. This is when we have this technology, we can digitalize everything. Internet of Things will be established. Why Internet of Things? Because everything can be connected to internet, and we can manage everything, even your car. Your car, you can take a taxi. Nobody in the taxi, only computer. Computer. So with single mistake, they already start to use that just as a or prototype in Dubai. They use that because that car can take 360 in. angles, pictures, thousands of pictures in a second, in a microsecond. Why? Because they would like to measure nobody in the place. When we would like to talk about the network, it is very important to understand that. We can explain the two type of networks. The type of networks that mean could be small, could be large. How we do that? We can differentiate between the place or differentiate between the components that can help us to recognize. For example, the simple network like a LAN or the simple network in office. You connect your computer to the servers simply in your department. This is the simple network. Means it's not big for big company. We can connect, for example, to the switch to the router, to internet. Also the server here, the server, small network. We can differentiate when we look to the components. So what are the components of this simple network? Client and server computers should be there because we have to connect to internet through that client and server computer. Network interface, connection medium, NOS or network operating systems, hub, switch, routers, all of that are a component of the simple network, like as mentioned here. Computers, switch, routers, and NOS or network operator or operating system. What is it? SDN. SDN is switch and routers could be managed by programs. We call that software defined the network. That can easily to manage the network. Because when you manage a network, you have to think about security. What the system manages network. Otherwise, you will be hacked easily. Let's go to the next level, the large components. The large components like UUM. UUM, our university, our beloved university, use a network. Hello? Hello?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir, can.
Yes, yes.
I need to ask you, any one of you, he is the first semester now?
Sorry, sir, what?
The first semester. In the first semester. Can you hear me? Huh?
Yes, I can hear you, but I'm not sure in the first semester.
Others. Yes. What about others? Yes. I would like to see that. Have you visited UUM? For those who are first semester, have you visited UUM? Okay. In this case, please everyone open camera. Everyone open camera. I would like to see you. Why did open camera? Open your camera. One, two. Beautiful. How are you? Everyone, please open your camera. Yes. Why I'm saying that is because I would like to understand that. Okay. Have you visited UUM for those who are first semester? Anybody here?
So, I don't understand your question.
I mean, I think no, because in your detail, all of you are in the second semester. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, I think you already visited UUM. Hi, everyone. Yes. Now I can see you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only open your camera, la. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 7. Oh. Ah.
Okay.
Yes. How everything? Have you enjoyed your semester break? I think you enjoy. Yeah. Anyway, in UUM we have network. You can find everywhere a wireless, everywhere a lab. Even now, you can connect to UUM, right? You connect to LMS, or you call that online learning. That's why we see large network. How many schools, how many debatants there, how many NSS there, all of that should be connected through a network. This is a large network. But when we talk about simple network, for example, in HTML, HTML is a simple network because our main office connected to the devices in the main office. But through client server computing standards, you connect to the UUM server. So large, large network, it is a lot of LAN, a lot of simple networks. So when we see large network means we have a lot of servers, a lot of computers, a lot of connectivity, like a CAN. CAN is one of the networks like campus, like UM. Okay, so this is we can differentiate between these two components. So let's go back to our slide. What is components of large networks? Numbers of local areas. Large numbers, a lot of numbers of LANs. Like HTML, we have a simple network. We have in every school a lot of LANs. In every Jovatan, we have uh, a lot of that. So all of them we compound the large network. Also, it is not just LAN. Also, there is a lot of connectivity to internet. A lot of LANs connected or called the corporate wired LAN, connected to internet service providers. How do you connect to internet service providers? You have to have a different servers, web server, database server, all of that. Very important for UUM to connect to internet. And for sure, how they connect to internet? They can connect to internet through internet service provider like TM. Also, wireless. Wireless internet service provider. Those devices can be connected. But in UUM, they use this internet service provider. When you go to UUM, how you connect to internet through your smartphone? Either you are here. Can you see? You are here. Sorry. You are here. Your laptop or your smartphone connected to access point here to UUM. But when we have our own number and our internet in our smartphone, we are in wireless internet service provider like TM. It's not sorry, like Silicom, Maxis, DG, or any other operators. They give us connectivity to internet through our smartphone. Okay. So the components of a large network, it is a number, different numbers of LAN. LANs, this means local area network, small or simple networks. In the large companies, yes, they use huge network. That include powerful servers. Why? That can manage websites, corporate intranet, and extranet. What is the difference between intranet and extranet? We explain that in IT infrastructure, hardware and software. Back-end systems also. Mobile wireless LAN, Wi-Fi, network of the network, a large company that connect to the internet. Video conferencing system, it is also part of that. Telephone network, wireless, cell phones. You find that there is antenna in SAD-UUM. Why? That UUM users, they can use that antennas to connect to internet, connect to operators. Otherwise, how we can connect should be provided that kind of infrastructure. Here we would like to explain something is key digital networking technologies. We see it and we explain many times client server computing. This is a very important technology. That how we use this standard to connect to internet. It is through client server computing. Because this client server computing, it is can be defined as a distributed computing model. Yes. Previously in architecture, we explain client server computing. For example, like our lab HTML. How many computers in the lab? 40 computers. Those computers are client. And we have only one server in the corner there, the black one, ETAM one. That one is the server. So that computer is connected to the server. This technology, or this, we call it distributed or client server computing. The client server of the computers, they give part of the mission to the server. So the server can do for them. How we connect through internet to that server, to connect to a server that can help to connect to internet. So clients linked through network controlled by network server. Also the server set rules of communication because they set the rules of communication for the network and provides every client, every computer in the room with address. So others can find it on the network. Yeah. To internet, you have address. Your computer. Do you know? Any computer, any device to connect to internet, they have address. Your device, they have address. Okay? This client-server computing has largely replaced the centralized mainframe computing. Previously, they used mainframe. Mainframe is a huge computer. I mean, the processing is very huge and very expensive also. They use that distributed system. That technology widely because also it is implemented in internet. Internet. How we connect to internet? We are a client. The server is the internet service providers. So it seemed like a lab. How many members? Or only in the lab? If you go to the lab, we have 40 computers there in the room. Each one is a client. How they can connect to internet? Through the server. Same like any, for example, TM. But TM, they have millions of subscribers or thousands or hundreds thousands of subscribers. But they have their server. All of us connect to the server. So we call that client server. How we send the message. So we have this network. When we send the message, how we send that? This technology or back switch networks and packet communication, they split the message to 3 parts or packets or parcels. When it arrive, it will be assembled again. You see how the packet number, message number, destination. You see that message and how to reassemble the message should be in the packet number 1, the details or the address. When we set from different road, and then reassemble again. What's the back switch? This is one of networking technologies. When you send it, it's divided to different packets. So that Packet switching is a method of passing digital messages into parcels or the packets. Why? To send that or sending packets along different communications paths as they become available, and then reassembling packets at the destination. The destination is here, reassemble the packet again. Previous circuit or switch network require assembly of a complete point-to-point circuit. Means whose or secret circuit require the circuit. Packet switching much more efficient than end-to-end point circuit. Use of networks communications capacity to send the message in a better way. So when we see packet switching, is a new technology in networking. Okay. What other things in the digital networking technologies? TCP or IP? What is the TCP? Transmission Control Protocol. Why we communicate? We have to have protocol. That protocol is a written coding that should be in the system. Yes. And internet protocol that mention how we communicate and we connect. For example, if when you go to internet or your internet banking, how you do to transmit money, and that money will deduct from your account there because you already established protocol. Previously, it was hard. Previously, it was hard that to communicate. For example, if we would like to pay online, previously it was hard. You have to have a visa, but later they give you the account. So if you buy this one, you can sell, you can transfer to that CMB account, to that my bank account, because they established to, or maybe start to establish protocol for their bank account and with the company. For example, Lazada, they ask if you transfer to the CMB bank account, you get 5% less or 5 ringgit less. Why? Because at that time, you just have a protocol amongst CMB Bank and Lazada. But now we have a platform of high connectivity. Any bank that you can. There is a company he integrates the other banks. He established high secured protocols for banks and for traders. So as a mediator, if you are protocols with all banks, and also that companies would like to have that transmission to be online business, they will bring and they will adjust and be embedded with the new protocol. So it is easy now. If you buy anything, you just go to your online internet, that to log into online banking. Sorry, online banking. So this is a wide protocol. When I send to you a message, for example, I send you a WhatsApp message. My computer is A. Your computer, my phone is A. Your computer, your device or mobile is number B. I follow these like WhatsApp. Transportation for that. Internet, I have to have internet and network interface. In the same thing, you cannot receive a message. The message should be in the internet face, network interface, internet, transport, and application. These different layers already, it's kind of programs that can arrange in a different form. What is the protocol? How we can define the protocol? The protocol is the rules that govern transmission of information. Transmission. Why? When we transfer money, we can transfer that transaction through protocol because we already signed a protocol. We transfer from here, it will be deducted from my account, go to that account of that company. So transmission control protocol and internet protocol are common widely standard that is basis for the internet. What are the four layers? Application layer, transport layer, internet layer, and network interface layer. When we communicate from one device to other device, we have to have four layers. When I communicate to you through a Facebook, it is safe. You have to have a Facebook line. When I communicate to you through WhatsApp, you have to have a WhatsApp. Yes, I send from WhatsApp, and you have also to have a WhatsApp. And also this communication and transmission, if we have this four layers. Now, what is what is different type of a network? There is a many different types of network. It depends on the usability. Like what we see in the LAN. LAN. WAN. Sorry? Wide area network. Metropolitan area network. Man. Campus area network. Like UAM. So how we send a message? Yes. Signal. What is the signal? Send communication. We have a digital, voice, analog. When we send the signal, no signal. It's because you receive digital signal, right? Or analog signal. How we can communicate? We receive, for example, if you are subscriber of M, you subscribe with wire. And how you connect to your mobile? We have to have a modem. Let's say the modem here. The modem help to another. Why? Because we can connect to that. Or for example, the computer itself, it is a digital 001. How we can receive that? The signal that we receive from internet line, I mean from telephone line, from cable system, from wireless media, or analog devices, it is an analog. How we can connect to internet or to computer through smartphone modem? Modem digital or through the signal analog. How many types of networks? The type of networks, local area networks, it's a small one, right? Also, wide area network, wide area networks, metropolitan area networks, campus area networks as the different types of. So let's go to the transmission. We have a network and we have protocols. How we transmit our, we can transmit wireless or through wire or cable. We call it the digital transmission media. What type of transmission? It could be a cable, could be wireless, or through satellites, as we see, wireless through satellites, or cellular system. We use cellular system to connect to our service provider, like PM, Maxis, and any type of operators that can give internet to internet. I mean, internet service. So, in what speed we can send and receive uh, information or data or message? It depends. How many bits per second? Because some devices they calculate that. How many bits per second? They can measure by megahertz or bandwidth. It depends on the technology that you are using that can you measure the transmission speed. So after that, we go to the we know what's internet. Internet. It is a network. Yeah. But it's the world most extensive network that we want. Honestly, without connecting to internet, that's why people have to meditate time to connect. to social media. Yes. What are the type of internet connection? Yes, there's a lot. I still remember that during my time, we connect to internet, but through dial-up. Dial-up is so low, 6.6 kilobytes per second. It's beautiful. You see how you can connect to internet. Some of you have said it, megabyte per second. Yes. And some kind of uh, connectivity or types of internet connections is dial or digital subscribers line like DSL. This one is a common. Yes, that that common. The speed is much better from 300 up to 40 megabytes per second. 300 kilobytes to 40 megabytes. Well, internet connection. What is that? That connect to internet to uh, this one through the cable. 1 to 50 megabytes per second. I still remember a long time before 10 years like that. Internet wasn't so fast. So when we found that, when I see in Cyberjaya, that before in years, internet was really fast.
Doctor,
Yes,
Assalamualaikum doctor. I cannot see the slide.
you couldn't see the slide.
Yes. Okay. I my line is low.
All of you, anyone can see the slides?
Can, sir. Can see the slide.
Okay. Yes, if you have something not clear or you cannot see you see the slide, you have to notice me. Yeah, I share. Yes, I see that. I see the message here, but sometimes I just follow you. We have to have two-way communication, not just one way. I have only a few students communicate with me. What about others? Okay, by the way, what you did in your group assignment, you have to work very hard from now. Yes, you have to work very hard. Yes, you have to work very hard. Anyway, continue our slides, to clean the slides. This as internet is the most or the world most extensive or widely used world, and we have to connect to internet. There is a lot of most of internet connections before. Class T1 or T3 lines. That one, if you don't have infrastructure, you can connect the internet with T1. Internet addressing and architectures. Each device on internet assigned internet protocol. So you cannot connect to internet unless you have. What is this IP address? IP address. IP address mentioned to you, for example, 32 bit numbers. This one, 207.46.250.119. This is IP address, but it doesn't appear in this number. It will change to the domain name. I mean, the domain name system will convert the IP address this one to a domain name. Yes, here. Domain name system. How we have that? The domain name system. So hierarchical structure. The names, for example, we have uum.edu.my, like that. www.edu.my. What is that? This is the domain name. It's for UUM. How we see edu, for example, here, at the level top, level domains appear here. When we see edu, it's mean education. When we see education, it's mean university or any education. You have to have that domain name related to their field. Communication or commercial, sorry. Commercials, com.com. That's mean commercial. Related with trading and commercial. Government, say, for government. Organization, for organization. So that the main or top level will mention the in what sector that company belong to. Also, there is a second level domain like Google, and third level domain like sales. So how we manage that domains? I mean, how we do internet addressing? It depends on the domain name. Okay. Now, internet architecture and governance. Internet infrastructure. Network service providers. Network service providers, they own trunk level, high speed backbone network. Network service providers that will provide network. Regional telephone and cable TV companies. Those are the governors, for example, Astro. It's a company. You can connect to Astro through the network. Okay. Now also you can connect through internet to I think Astro. Professional organizations and government bodies establish internet standards. So, in generally speaking, internet structure, you can say how you can connect to internet either through the regional host. You are one of the regional hosts that you connect to internet, or you connect. For example, you are a company or the host or the that you are a campus, right? Or you are home connect to internet. So who provide internet in Malaysia? We have TM. I think other companies to connect to internet through the backbone or the hub for internet is TM in Malaysia. Have you heard about this technology? IPv6? Yes. Previously it was IPv5. But the problem with that, no more IP addresses that can use P6 of, we can see quadrillion, not just trillion, quadrillion of IP addresses or new IP addresses. Why? Because as we say that if you would like to connect to internet, you have to have IP address. The IPv5 just provide a billion of IP addresses. While if we would like to use uh, Internet of Things, the IPv5 cannot provide a lot of addresses. That's why they developed IPv6. What is this? This IPv6 is a new addressing scheme for IP address numbers. Now, Internet of Things can be established because, let's say, if you have a lot of devices or appliances in your home, you can connect them. I am expecting within 5 years, you can connect your devices in your home through internet. The factories and manufacturers they will start to establish to add these options. You can connect to your washing machine for good for ladies. Yes, for sure you have to take yeah, clothes to the washing machine. For example, icon, fans, your fan. For example, anything that electrical or electronics that can connect to internet. Or maybe they can provide some kind of mechanical or including with electronic devices. What is Internet 2? Internet 2, that's mean advanced networking consortium, like businesses, agencies, and other institutions use internet too. For example, in universities, we would like to use top level of internet too. That can we establish and we do and manage our network. Develop high capacity. Develop high capacity, for example, 10 gigabyte per second distinct networks. That internet too, we can have high speed. Internet too, it is a new version of internet. That means a lot of things could be included. Why? Because things can become easier, services and connectivity to internet to customer will be easier. Maybe you would like to ask, or anyone, what the all services that we can get from internet, not just email or chatting, a lot of things, a lot of services. Among of these services like email, we have email service through internet, chatting and instant messaging, telnet, FTP, sorry, sorry, FTP, that how you can transfer files. Yes, for sure, World Wide Web, and we have to establish web in the internet that we can have our base in the internet. These are the services, and also these are services. Now it's become easier to send and receive your voice. We call that VoIP over IP address. VoIP is a digital voice communication using IP for packet switching. When we call, yes, now you can call easy, right? This is client server computer on the internet, as we explained. We are clients, connect to internet. How we can? Yes, we connect to internet. How we can go to the database? We cannot go to the database unless we go to internet, and internet can help us to connect to the server. Through the server, there is a web-based server, and through application server, through database server, so we can go to the back end system or database. Server is very important. So, internet service and communication tools like unified communication. Why? That communication system can integrate the voice, data, email, and conferencing together. VPN. Most of you heard about VPN. Some countries do not allow that WhatsApp. Do you know that? Yes. Some countries they don't allow WhatsApp. Why? They say that will affect telecommunication companies. So people they use VPN. Also, Facebook. Facebook cannot connect some countries to use VPN, but it takes a long time. I mean, there is a process for some people to they have to start to open VPN and connect. This is the voice that could be connected. You are here. How voice over IP address work? You are sending here. How are you? So have put to internet in different back switching and go there to the destination to come again and he receive. Okay. He receive fine, thank you. So this is in a different way and you receive. This is the form of VoIP communication. VPN. VPN, what is it? It is a kind of wrapping. You wrap the message so nobody can do with them what we say. Now, hypertext. What is a hypertext? When we would like to establish a website, uh, how we can have a website. Website is hyper markup language. We have to have all these. We have used hypertext markup language, hypertext transfer protocol to HTTP. We have to have URL, and also through web server. We have to upload our website to the server. Anybody can log into the server. So these things is very important because how we write that the content of our page or web page now become object oriented. We can just go to the Wix, and what we do, we can just develop just by dragging into different text because we have some kind of uh, platforms that can help to establish your website. So, what is that? HTML can help you write and design your web page, but now it just becomes easier how to do it easier than before. Server. Do you know what's the server? The server is where we put our website. When we do our website, we have to look for the host. Yes, in service, hosting service, because we would like to publish. When we publish there, so everyone can see our website. Searching for information on the web. How we search? Ask yourself how we search the internet. Yes, all people they like Google. We like Google. I think there's a percentage here. How many? 77.4. Most. So the dominant search engine is Google. People like use search engine Google. What is the mobile search? Yes. People now use the mobile when you would like to search. They don't want a laptop or computer to do some kind of search. Semantic search. Based on your feeling or based on your what you like. Social search. So, visual search and the visual web. What is that? When you would like to search about things, just type it. Right? Also, when you do, for example, UUM tag, UUM or HTML, you will go to check the mostly hold the HTML and they mention the tag. That's why people they would like to do tagging for their thing. Okay? Searching for information on the web. Intelligent agent shopping tools that can help search that kind of intelligence agent help companies search engine help. It's SEO search engine is very important. Why? This one can help you do, for example, a link farm. How we can improve that our web page is highly optimized. Let's say anybody would like to write UUM, even those one who is not in Malaysia, they say UUM. How we can do that and make or when you just like press U, how we can do that and how we can make UUM to appear first. This is belong to search engine. When you just press the first letter, it will appear. So this is a search engine optimization. Yes, when you add uh, letters of that website, it will appear to you complete and very fast. We call that search engine optimization. Search engine algorithms. How the search engine is use algorithms to manage their search up. This figure show you how you do search the Google. The process is quite long, but how Google uh, respond to our request to be fast. beauty is here. You can send just searching about anything. Google will give you maybe 1,000 or 100,000 of that. It depends, yeah, but very fast. In a few seconds, you do this process. When you search and it brings back to you. Yes. Next class, yes. Until now, we already explained previous class. Now, what is the Web 2? What is the Web 2? Now we will start a to talk about is the Web 2. Web 2, second generation services. This means we have a new solution of new services. New services that we can provide online. More than before. Two Web 3. Enabled collaboration, sharing information, and creating easy. What are the features of the Web 2? For example, how I can do online classes, right? Online classes, interaction, and some kind of mix of tools that should be bring together. People that open learning provide a lot of things together on the website. You can establish a media blog with either blog group. Just waiting for auditing that. The future of the web can make more interactive. For example, with my students. Why I say with my students? Because I already use that system. The time with the control that we need to do modification, adding capability. Social partaking and sharing. Easy you can share. User generated content. You can generate the content. For example, I would like to add something. I can add it. Blog. You can do blog. That one blog based on the chronological order. Informal websites created by individuals. Blog. That's why I told you when you search for articles, what you have to have, you have to have what? You have to have articles not from the blog or report. Anyone can publish it. Should be from what I can say from read journals that do under review from one to one and endorse that. Blog to fair, micro blogging. I mean, this kind of that people that are share their yes, yes. You can establish that blog. How you can establish? You can have a you subscribe to any part of the service product account or the web developers that you can develop a web for yourself like a blog easily to share with other uh, people. Wikis also in the web is too. Why? Because wikis we share. Yes, you can add, you can delete something easily. You can finish things. For example, you have a topic, would like to understand more about that. You share in the wikis to anyone in the board or in your community. You can add to that, or anyone you can add about that. Social networking side, also social networking sites. Enable users to build of kind of uh, you share with friends. Yes, social networking. Uh, it's simply now. Nobody, I think, built up this part quicker. Now, what is the web page? What is the web page? and in the future where. In Web3, we have a lot of tools to make sense of trillions of users. Pervasive would work. That's been persuasive. Uh, how companies they use this? How do they use this? It's high level of connectivity and collaboration. Internet of Things, app or internet, crystal computing access. Now you are not. I mean, all companies you don't like to buy software and hardware. You, you would like to buy software in the thing on cloud. Just use it as a service. Use the cloud. You are not going to buy the CD. You just get a link and look at your stuff and you'll just link to that system online. You go, yes, this is simple. 3% of voters. Oh, that means a lot of things will be included. We look towards mobile connectivity. A lot of things that we can connect. How we can Internet of Things is the key point here is that start with everything. Computer internet interface with that we can utilize our benefit. What is the cellular system? What is the cellular system? Now we use CSM or CDMA. The word, for example, McKinsey use CDMA. One company CDMA, the other company is. Third generation before. Now we are in the fifth generation. This is the generation of cellular system that help to different technologies. Wireless computer network interface. How we can log in wireless? In wireless, we have different types. Bluetooth. Bluetooth is not so fast, okay, and not for long distance, just a few distance. Mostly they use that Bluetooth to connect devices around a printer, a wireless, keyboard, your headset, connect wireless. For example, your TV, you can to wireless. That TV is wireless. And also there is a Wi-Fi 892.11 that have standards, for the band. Also different type, and you can make a hot both the hotspot. For example, you can through your mobile, you would like to connect other devices or to bring service to others through hotspot. Why not? Why not? Or we can connect. But this one is the one in to connect Wi-Fi. For those internet, some way that is WiMAX, then we develop now. Now I used to start WiMAX for, and now what we call StreamMax. We have now, this is how connect to, for example, the VN Bluetooth. We have a cell phone and we have computers, wireless, different, how things are. If how wireless with devices, at this point, wireless connected to the routers with it. Okay? Now, RFID. Easy. You know what's the RFID? Now we have it in the tool. Right? In the tool. Collecting money in the tolls, in the road. And we have RFID also used in the supply. Why in the supply chain we would like to understand? So what is the RFID? It's a concept for us to understand that. But it is a teeny tag. Microsoft is getting big about it. What is that? Tag antennas, Bluetooth signals, two special RFID. So when you go to the code, it will automatically tag. You do tagging and open and collect, you get the money from your car. If- What's the common use of RFID? Is automated for collecting, tracking guard, tracking goods in a supply chain. Near field communication, NFC. Uh, how we communicate with this? For the most part, this is a kind of wireless for short distance. This is how it applies. We are here tagging. We do tagging to the reader. You are the car here, right? You do tagging. You have tag your car tagging to RFID reader. When you connect to the radio waves, it will deduct the amount that you should pay. Okay, so they will send you to the hospital there. This is how it's applied. The other wireless network is WISEN or wireless sensor network. This is fine. Wireless, a lot of wireless, okay, but we have hub. The big circle here is the hub for different wireless. You connect to computer and through internet. How we can connect to them? We connect to the server computer here and we connect them to internet. Why is that? If you ask me, why do we use that WISEN, wireless sensor network? We use the sensors. I will tell you that the wireless sensor is a network of hundreds or thousands of interfaces. Different things. What do you use it for? The beauty of WISEN is being used to monitor building security. Yes, the camera sends every second, continuously the picture. Also, WSN we used to be that as well as well. Substances in air being supplied to the robust environmental part of activity. You see, some jungles use that. If any fires there, they will give notice. Fire, fire, fire. And they will know the place. Sometimes it is far away. You cannot control people. Yeah, far away. So they use like alarm to the main lab. You have a fire and you will send them to them before it become bigger. You know, the fires in the jungles, if you use this kind of things, uh, you can stop fires easily and very fast. Because it's just a few minutes, it will become bigger, you cannot control. There is a fire. At the same time, the number, yes, the number of flood, I mean, the number of rain, the huge rain or small rain, you can calculate because you are going to expect what is next. If you have a heavy rain some area or in the long days and more than average or above average, the flood will come. You have to expect. You have to use that technology to expect what is happening. Also, the device have built-in processing for advisory what is built-in. Require low power. So the beauty of Western is required low power. No power needed. Stay long lasting outside. And they do endure in the field without maintenance. You just put it there, just keep a long time. Major source of big data. Because that sensor brings a lot of data, so it becomes a bigger source of data. So we finished this chapter. So any question here? Any question? Do you have any question?
No, sir.
Okay. So now it is a common for you. For those who must to do scanning, let me share with you your attendance. This is an name of students attendance. And by the way, your group assignment, you have to, well, you have to start do. I mean, what now you are doing? You have to do it very fast. You have to do it very fast. Okay. So those students, how many of you? This one we have 7 students here. I have 7 students here. They don't scan the attendance. Where are you? Okay, you, for those who missed the scan, please scan now. Scan now your attendance. Good. What I would like to tell you that please study hard for your quiz. Okay. And it's very important to study quiz. And in the same time, I would like to see the progress. By the way, I will share with you my articles, like my articles that I published. I'd like you to do scientific research first. Okay? Then how? You have to do that. Okay. Shahida, these are options. Anyway. Okay, I would like to say thank you. Any question?
Sir.
Any question? Okay. Yes? Huh?